has been discussed. I am Michelle Mosley.
Kalita Hunter.
And we have Richie Blue. He is our other co-host, but he's also our videographer. So whenever you see our stuff on YouTube or Instagram, you see our videos, our lives, it's all him. You see our pictures or whatever, it's all him. That's what he does for us. And he's our co-host because we like a man's opinion every once in a while. Every once in a while, we need a man's opinion to even things out. So, what is this poll result looking like?
So we did a poll when you guys first came in and asked you, do you think your sexual fantasies should stay a fantasy? Yes or no?
I'm curious to know what the results are. No.
What do you think the results are?
I think that it's going to be in the favor of no. Like, I think if everybody wants their sexual fantasies to become reality. I'm trying to, zone out the room. How many men did the poll?
Wait a minute. I think I got it wrong then.
Yeah, probably. I always gotta read the fine print for him and stuff. So he probably did get it wrong. But I'm trying to scope out the room and see how many men participated.
Yeah, a lot.
And we have.
I missed it. I put it.
So I'm gonna say yes, that they want it, because men want their sexual fantasies to be reality.
That's right, son.
I think so. So I'm thinking that it's going in the favor of the men. I mean, in the favor of yes, bring them sexual fantasies to life, baby.
Yes was
yeah, okay. So no, it should become to life.
Mine is yes. I'm guessing yes. It's just little things. I'm guessing that's what the majority is.
So
That's how we gotta do this roll again.
So it was half and half.
Oh wow.
Half of y'all motherfuckers think that you shouldn't have a fantasy.
It was more no than anything else. I want to reverse mine. I didn't get the question.
It was half and half.
I will say the music was playing, the mask was on. It was probably hard for them to understand.
All right, so look, we just gonna go by show of hands.
Show of hands, there you go.
Who think that you should live out your fantasies? Show of hands.
Sexual fantasies.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One hand.
1, 2,
6, 7, 8. So I'm already gonna say yes. It's up to 80% on the yes side by a show of hands. And who says no? Who says no? No, we shouldn't be doing fantasies.
I'm going to explain my answer. I'm definitely going to explain my answer.
Who just don't care either way?
It depends on what your fantasy is.
Girl, you are so right, because we had that discussion, because I know some of y'all fantasies is probably legal. Like, y'all might fucking go to jail. And y'all fucking, yeah, they want, and Kalita's going to handle that, because she got a list of crazy sexual fantasies. So let me tell y'all how I came up with this topic. So I was scrolling down Facebook, of course, and I read this guy's post, and he's an older gentleman too. That's the crazy part, but he's still an attractive older gentleman. So I'm scrolling down, and I'm reading his post, and his post says, "I get off more by the thoughts that are going through my head while I'm fucking you. I'm not getting off by what you look like or what you doing in that moment. I'm thinking about all the nasty shit that I want to do, and that's getting me off." And I said, damn, he's not the only one.
But I think that's when you get older, though.
No, because I'm young, okay? And I be having some nasty thoughts that be going through my head while I'm having sex. And that shit be taking me to the climax. But now, me personally, I think that if you do it no more rush. You've experienced it. It's over. Now I gotta figure out another nasty sexual fantasy. And I don't have that much energy and time in my life. I'm running, sip, and discuss. I'm working a full-time job. I'ma just hold on to the fantasy in my head, and that's gonna get me off every time.
Cerebral, though. You're a cerebral person.
Huh?
There's different kinds of people, though. You're a cerebral person. Boy, you brought though a little bit. What you talking
Oh,
about?
God. So, Carlita,
It's on the right side.
how do you feel about that? Keeping it in your head. You want to share your sexual fantasies with us?
No.
I tried, girl.
But
I tried.
if you want to delve a little bit into my imagination, you can go over there and buy my book.
Bro.
Plug.
It's a shameless plug. It's a,
Oh yeah, she real freaky.
Very detailed description.
Go ahead.
mind your business.
They read the book.
She actually read the book
Okay.
twice.
So she really knows.
She really does. But I think that some fantasies should be lived out, and I think that some of them should stay a fantasy. I'm back. Some things, like Michelle was saying, some shit is just illegal. Like, and when I say illegal, I'm talking about pedophilia. So if you like little kids, like fuck you and your fantasy. But if you're grown, anything goes. Anything goes, especially if you're in a relationship with somebody. I feel like you should be able to explore those options if your partner is open to that. I don't think that anything is really off the table.
Yeah, and we here at Sip and Discuss always say morals are out of the door when it comes to sex. Like, you can't mix sex and morals together. Like, you need to not have no morals.
Like I'm moralist.
Yeah, moralist. And as long as it's not illegal, like she was saying, like, it's up to you. Like the other night I said, if you into fucking stuffed animals, I ain't judging you. Like, that's your business. I can't tell you.
What you do.
You do what you do. Do what you do. Don't
hurt people.
Don't ask me to join in because I don't want to deal with stuffed animals. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. So we have the romance queen here, Te Amo. So Te Amo, what do you think about sexual? Well, I already know what you think. Because she makes her money off of people living out their sexual fantasies.
Say word.
I mean, not necessarily living out their fantasy. That could be a misconception.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I make my money off of empowering.
Yeah, don't be inboxing her.
To go ahead and open that line of communication.
She don't have an OnlyFans page.
Both of you did give a different perspective on it, but I do feel like I agree and I disagree with the morals out the window when it comes to sex in a relationship. You gotta have not necessarily morals, but there are boundaries, and you need to talk about your non-negotiables. But I feel like why keep it up here? To me, that will eventually lead you astray if you're in a relationship. Because if you come across that person that you don't even have to tell them your fantasy, but it comes out of them and you're like, well, damn. Like now you wanna act on that, right? But if you just communicate that to your partner, then your partner could be that one.
Yes.
And you don't even know. And as far as like, damn, it's done, now what? What if your partner, like you express your fantasy, y'all do that, you open up a whole new like window for your partner, and now they off the hook for you.
All right, so you have a client and she comes to you and she says she wants to get gangbanged while her partner watches. How does she enter that? Are you saying
Listen.
That is not my fantasy, first of all. Definitely not my fantasy. My fantasy involves women. So I'll leave it at that.
Something like that, like Carlita said, you don't went from 0 to 100.
100, yeah. So how do you
to take a few conversations. You have to, and we're going to get into that when we talk about the tips for this. But start out with your partner and a toy. Like, your partner can use a toy on you while he's inside of you, or, you know, if your partner same sex, what have you. You have more than one hole. So start there. Have the conversation and, like, you know, get your partner comfortable with the idea.
There you go.
Slowly work it in. Don't just be, don't just come home and be like, listen, I was watching you porn. Yeah, I was watching this porn the other day and girls get gangbang. That shit look good. I want to try that shit.
Hey, all things in moderation, right?
Right.
Slowly. And
I'm sorry,
you'll
babe.
find a
I
balance.
swear, getting gangbang is not my fantasy. Yeah, you know what my fantasies are. It's not gangbang. I swear to you. So Khalida did her research, and she has picked, what you got, 5 for?
I picked 5.
She has picked 5 of the craziest sexual fantasies. Someone wrote a whole article.
It was like 48 of them.
It was 40.
It was
Yeah.
like 48 of them.
It was BuzzFeed. 48 of the craziest sexual. 48 of the craziest sexual fantasies. So Khalida picked 5 of them.
Yes.
And some of y'all probably gonna get uncomfortable because it's probably y'all fantasy. Y'all gonna be squirming in the chair and shit like, how the fuck she know that's my shit? Ooh. Don't show it on y'all face, y'all. Okay? I'm gonna be looking. I'm gonna be looking at y'all faces. Don't show it on y'all face.
Richie, make sure you pan across the crowd. So one of them is, I'm not going to say whether it's a man or a woman, but it says, I want to be taken advantage of in front of a bunch of people who are all watching and super into it. In public.
Woo! Exhibitionist.
But that's a real thing. Like, some people really get off on having sex in front of other people.
And some people are voyeurs who like to watch.
That's absurd.
Warriors, yeah. I think I could be into that. I mean, they have parties. Don't they have
Swingers club.
There you go.
yeah, swinger clubs. I think that could be some. I mean,
So there's a hard swing. There's a hard swing, which you know
Slow
is
it
part
too
of
much.
it. No, seriously, there's a hard swing where you put like your keys or something. There's a system where like you switch partners. That's called like a hard swing.
oh no, I want to do hard swing. I want to do soft swing where we just go and we just like how we here and there and we just sipping our drinks and whatever people doing, we kind of watching y'all and that's it. And we just,
You can join it if you want to.
yeah. And then
Ask me how I know. I just know.
yes, because he really just schooled us. Like he really just broke it down for us. Okay, so what's the next one?
So this one says that I have a massive pee fetish. I would love to have a pee holding contest
What?
with a hot woman that also found it hot.
Okay, so I understand.
It's where you holding fetish.
Oh, you gonna get a urinary tract infection, right?
Exactly. No, seriously though, because people have like sexual fantasies involving people. Like what she just said, there's a healthy way that you have to do that because you can get a urinary tract infection.
So you hold your pee until you can't hold it no more, and then you'll have sex.
gotta talk about it. It's not so much sex, it's more so like they're into like the piss thing. And so like it's a control thing.
Yeah.
I'm not into
Y'all need to get on top of it.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
That's a little too R.
I
Kelly.
don't want to get that's definitely R. Kelly. I don't want nothing to do with no
Seriously
pee.
though, it gets to that point though where like there's people who get into that
It's that
shit.
control. Like, you gotta tell you know you can't find a bathroom. You just hold it. It's like that.
That shit was
You're
great.
on anybody. You're just holding it.
Yeah, I'm not into that shit.
Yeah, that's.
But I might accidentally pee.
Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Who's in the building? That's some white shit.
We don't
Okay,
judge.
no,
We don't judge. This is a free space though, we're not judging.
I'm just gonna put this disclaimer out here. Because it's for opinions are solely Michelle's opinions.
This is a
I
judge-free
just
zone.
want you guys to know.
This is the judge-free zone, but Seven discusses for black and brown folks.
And if you say some
And we like to sit and discuss topics that matter to us.
We be one in here.
We be one in this building.
All
We
day.
one.
Be one.
Black and brown folks, my Dominicans, my Puerto Ricans, my Cubans, my Haitians, my Jamaicans. Yeah,
We up in here.
We up in here. Okay.
Okay, so the next one is to strap my partner completely down naked in public and suck him off while a crowd gathers around.
damn, it was just
I feel like you might go to jail. That's like indecent exposure. And I think that if you get caught having sex in public, I think I just read this somewhere that you get put on Megan's list.
Very true.
Oh, you know what I learned? He told me to. If you are a guy and you take a pee outside anywhere near a school zone and you get caught, you will be put on that list too. So please watch yourself, guys. Do not use the bathroom outside if you can really help it, because you don't know where that school zone starts and where that school zone begins, and you do not want to be put on that list. And ladies, you know what I used to do when I used to start dating guys? Like if I used to start talking to a guy, I would check that list and see if their name was on there. Because it's a lot, and you'd be surprised. I know like a few people I went to school with that's on that list. That shit's crazy.
If you get put on that list for little things like that, do you let that bypass it?
That's
Oh, yeah.
decent exposure though.
Yeah, that's gonna be a decent exposure.
They gonna show
It's
me.
gonna say what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna say what it is, but I'm just letting, especially these single moms out here, because we live and because we doing a video. A lot of people, and I told a lot of females that they was like, I never thought about that. Check. When a dude say he been locked up and he's free and he ain't got no more charge, check and see what he was locked up for, ladies, because you don't know. He could tell you he was gang banging, selling drugs, and the whole time he was playing with little pee-pees and shit. That's some real shit. Check that shit. All right, we off topic. Yeah, check it even if you don't. We off topic. Okay,
Right.
go. Okay.
So this one says, my sexual fantasy is to catch my partner cheating and rough the bitch up, then show my man no one can do it like me.
Wow.
So we're talking about emotional baggage, betrayal, violence, and then
Why you had all that?
And then getting the nut off at the end of it all. That sounds like some hood girl shit. That's some shit that go down in the projects like every other fucking weekend. Like, that's some hood shit. Like, I'm catching my
That's real
man.
life.
Yeah, that's real life.
I thought this was a judgment-free zone.
we not judging y'all.
We not judging you. If that's what you like,
If y'all like it, we love it.
we love it. I'm just letting whoever wrote that know. Like, you talk about some shit that we see every day in the fucking hood. Like, that shit happen all the time. That shit happen all the time.
And the last one that I want to share is, I always wanted to be pulled over by a cop,
Oh,
handcuffed,
shit.
and fucked on the hood of his car.
Look, I was just about to say that TJ truck that fucking
They dropped that.
licked me like I'm out of that car. I can do it in the light. Damn, that was fast. Yes. I can see that being a good fantasy though. But I don't want a cop though. I want a firefighter. That's what I want. I want to accidentally set the alarm off in my house, and then he come up there with that big stuff. Yes, I'm on fire, Daddy. I'm on fire, Daddy.
I heard it was fire here.
Yes. So now, how do you feel about them fantasies? If you think they was on point, let me get a hand clap. They was like, I think they was kind of cool.
I think they was kind of normal.
Yeah.
They wasn't like
It's just the one when he was like, she want to strap up her boyfriend or whatever.
that one.
I thought you was about to say like, and then whoop his ass and then.
We know what her sexual fantasy is. She wanna whoop some ass.
And then leave him there still tied up.
You know it's women out there making thousands and thousands of dollars beating men's asses. Like, that men pay to get their ass beat.
They like it.
They bust nuts while they getting their ass beat. Why? I don't know.
There was one time I was riding strippers.
Yes, domination.